Hello, Aquarius. This is Marta with Universal Power Tarot, and these messages are supposed to encourage, elevate, and empower you guys. Hi, my friends. I first want to give out a huge shout out to you. You're incredible. Thank you so very much for all of your love and support. Oh my goodness, where do I start? Like the messages, donations, new patrons, and thank you for joining, you guys. Thank you for going over to Vimeo. Oh my God, I truly, truly appreciate it. And most of all, your amazing comments and your tips on what to do, where to go best. If you haven't seen the video yet, I'm going to attach it at the end of the video. You'll see that little box pop up. Yeah, thank you so much. That was just such a push. Thank you. So, that being said, my friends, if you want to get notified, by the way, because my channel has been shadow banned, unfortunately, the cool thing about it is I can now say whatever the fuck I want because it's too late now anyways. So there we go. That's the cool thing. Also, this little community works mostly via invite now. So if you would like to invite someone, just hit the share button. If you feel that someone could benefit from the content here. Also, if you would like to get notified, because that's also kind of in that package, please hit that bell, okay? And click all notifications, because apparently the videos, like, you won't get notified of the videos that I publish. If you are getting them, perfect, then don't change anything. But if you feel that you're not, then that's apparently the solution. There's other stuff also, but I think try that first and see if you're getting notified. All right, Aquarius, that's it. We're gonna hop straight into your reading. Of course, you guys know it's a general reading. It's timeless, so you can pick any reading from all the readings that I ever did, because the majority of them is timeless. And just whatever you resonate with, the title resonates, or the thumbnail resonates with you. You see something, a synchronicity that you saw the day before, or even this morning, this evening, this night, right? And it's in the thumbnail or somewhere else. Just click it, there may be a message in it for you. All right, so you do have dependability. And that is quite the gorgeous card to have, and I'll explain in a little bit. And what I drew already, as you can see a little bit here, are the guardian angel cards. They're on one side exclusively, and they're on the masculine side here, which is interesting. If someone from Brazil is watching, strangely enough, this is very specific, okay? Pay close attention, because this is like definitely a reading for you. Let us know in the comments if you're from Brazil. Okay, interesting. That's the one thing. So masculine side within yourself is what we're speaking on. It looks like there's a focus on here, to say the least. It doesn't feel like an imbalance necessarily, but a focus on the masculine element within yourself. And the song that they gave me, because I thought immediately that looks like autumn leaves, just like soft, and they're falling down, and it's naturally happening. And the song that came to mind was actually Chris Brown, It All Falls Down. It goes somewhere, it all falls down like this, or something like that. I'm going to attach that song also, okay? Because there's probably something in there for you. Let me read the message for you now, my dear Aquas, or non-Aquas, that are just resonating with this. Dependability, the earthly meaning here is something that sounds too good to be true, probably is. Choose dependability over grandiose promises. Stay focused and stick to your goals. Stating something loudly and repeatedly does not make it true. Do not be distracted by second-hand or ill-informed opinions. The truth always has a way of revealing itself. You don't need to get involved. Turn to or be someone you can trust. Spiritual meaning here is listen and respect all points of view, but in the end, you must be true to yourself. Put your faith in the great compassion of your heart and find comfort knowing that love is the greatest law of all. In the arms of Mother Earth, you can find acceptance, clarity, and beauty you can depend on. The law of love is absolute. And I would really like to read the inside here to you too, because it is so soothing and so comforting. And I kind of feel it ties into the guardian angel cards here with the soothing, with the natural calming down. So the insight here is rocks do not levitate and planets don't swing out of orbit. Nature is dependable. In space and on Earth, atoms follow the same rules. Light travels at the same speed everywhere, be it from a distant star or the flame of a birthday candle. Water boils at 100 degrees. You can depend on gravity, the rotation of Earth, and that your forgotten coffee will cool to room temperature. How true. Nature has laws it follows without exception. There is not one set of laws for the mountaintops and another for the valleys. Stars abide by the same laws as grains of sand. It is nature's loyalty to these laws that gives Earth the order it needs to support life. Outside of these laws is chaos and miracles. Before you accept a truth as absolute, put it to the test. It is as true for the weak as it is for the strong. Is it as right for the rich as it is for the poor? The laws of the universe have no bias. We can depend on them regardless of age, wealth, culture, or status. All right. I hope that wasn't too long for you guys, but I really felt it was necessary to read that too. What jumps into my eyes right now is guilt. And I'll read that one to you. You do not need another's approval to feel worthy of love. Oh yes. Regardless of what you've done or what you think you failed to do, from your soul's perspective, there's neither right nor wrong. Every experience in life is here to help you expand your awareness of love so that you may embrace ever greater spheres of wisdom. You've done nothing wrong, Aquarius, okay? Good, let's hop in. Yeah. We're starting with the Ostara Tarot. Yeah. Oh. We have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups. Ace of Swords. These are kind of colorless. That's immediately what I'm noticing, because that other card, dependability, and the guardian angel cards are really colorful, and these seem to have been kind of drained of color. I'm almost getting this washed out t-shirt kind of a feeling. So something that's old but very loved still, and that's what the Six of Cups is actually denoting to, right? Because that is something old that may not necessarily have may not necessarily be there anymore, but it is still very loved. But I'm still getting that washed out kind of a feeling. But the Ace of Swords is reminding you to come back to your truth here. Maybe something about washed out truth. You know how we remember stuff? Most of the time, not how it actually happened, but in accordance to how we color reality, and that story can change. It's really funny how our brain works like that, but we can like make the story extremely beautiful or just about the beauty, and then there's the other way and making that story extremely ugly, and both are probably true, right? And it's on you though, what is true for you, like for you to make that discernment here. It looks like you're working on something really diligently, and that'll lead to great success. That could be your personal growth. It could be a business. That's right in the middle here, and it's right on top. Interesting layout once more. It's like this obelisk kind of a feeling that I'm getting here. So that's going to lead to success. You've become quite good at this. Or it could just be denote to work, whatever this is, but you've become quite good at what you're working on. Really quite good. The owl, yeah. This is why I brought these in. Yeah, okay. I felt called to bring in like guardian animal decks. So that's what I kind of want to get into right now. I know it's not the usual thing, but we're going, especially lately, with what Spirit is telling us to do, more and more so. So the owl has definitely significance for you. The owl stands for significance, for for wisdom, but it's also, it sees in the night, it hunts at night. So seeing in the darkness, seeing areas that not everybody may necessarily see in that way. Thank you. This one right, yeah, no. Oh, wow. You have the boar. Wow. And that one is repeated 3 times. So we were talking about synchronicities, right? And the boar, immediately what comes to mind is that's an animal that is very protective of their young. Now, if you do have children, you may be feeling exactly like this about your children, but it can also denote to your inner children, right? To really protect your inner children and really, again, I'm getting that feeling of standing up for your values, for what you believe in here. Let's continue. So far, yeah, we'll see. It's not a consistent story quite yet. We'll see as we keep going. Yeah, and then we have the Knight, because that denotes to the kind of a war situation, either internally or externally, right? Look at him. Like he's very determined also. He's just like, I'm going for it, much like the boar that just showed up. And again, it's not a consistent story as of yet. It's like fighting, having the feeling to be extra attentive to a certain situation, maybe even defending self or the inner beauty here against something from the external. Something, you may have seen something that you don't like, that you don't appreciate, and you're fighting back. And you do have the strength. Like the boar is a really strong animal, and especially when the young are involved, they are like, you better stay away from them. You better, especially when they just have like the young ones very new, then they can get quite aggressive. Yeah, and they go all the way. So this is like a really strong card to get, especially in combination with that Knight. There's definitely something about a spirit animal too, because you can go traveling, something like shamanic travels, or in meditation you can do traveling. You take on the ability from that animal that you see as you go travel, and it's so fun when that happens, because you actually can feel what they're feeling, and you can see how they're perceiving the world. It's super helpful to gain deeper understandings. It's much like, of course, like a different world is opening up to you that can be very helpful, or to take on the abilities, again, like I said, from that animal. We have more spirit animals. You have another Knight here, the Knight of Wands. Seeing through the darkness, see that? You're really carrying your torch here, and here we have that animal. She's really sitting on this animal. Or being guided by that animal. She's not really sitting on it, but she's very close to it, and she's using, see that? There's like a string that's attached, like from his, I don't know how you call that, and she's holding it. So this animal is really guiding her through the darkness. Absolutely. No, right here, over here. So seeing through the darkness, there's something going on. It's accumulating over here. I can feel it energetically. And it's so interesting because this side is still so calm. And I'm so curious where this is going to lead to. Thanks. Yeah, and then you have the Five of Pentacles, which is a sense of lack, a feeling of not having enough. Maybe a relationship didn't work out for you. Maybe you could be going through a divorce even with that Ace of Swords here in combination, something that has ended, because we have the skeleton here. And for those of you that are new, I'm mostly reading intuitive, if you weren't able to tell by now how I'm reading the cards. There's a huge transformation that is going on, though, when it comes to that. But it feels like a fight, and it could very well be internal as well. Because that can be a tough battle, letting go of the feeling of lack and trying to get to abundance. When, for example, when all your childhood, you've been told that there isn't enough, or there isn't enough love, there isn't enough money, whatever it was for you, or you weren't deemed worthy of being loved, something like that, right? There could be something in there for you. All right. Yeah, we're continuing with the Wildwood Tarot for you here, Aquarius, to see what else wants to come out. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so you have the 10 of Arrows, instructions, sorry, and that's the teacher-student card, quite obviously, right? So this is you with your young, and this is on the calmer side here. So possibly there are two scenarios going on for you again. So the one side that has to defend, like possibly against outside influences here, trying to keep them away from the beauty that is happening over here, which is really quite serene, and an elderly person teaching a young how to shoot the bow and arrow, right? So you may be indeed showing have a wonderful connection with your children, for example, and teaching them how to do it. But this is almost like living two different lives. And of course the arrows are the swords. So that's also something that, so the thoughts, right? The mental, and I'm getting the feeling of really, again, the two lives kind of a thing. Something is going on over here again, and the other side that is more serene, where you're like really showing up as the adult and being like, but I want to take care of my child, or of maybe you are working with other people here, that could be too, that are younger than you are, or it is your inner child that you are soothing throughout this process. Yeah, Two of Bows, decision. Sorry guys. So the decision, there is a decision that you need to make, but it's also, what I'm feeling is like you're standing so strongly in your power here, so strongly. It's like he knows exactly, it's almost like you don't even have to make that decision, because you already made it, like you made up your mind here as you're moving forward, or how you want to move forward and how you want to show up. To me, that's not really a decisiveness. It's holding both sides, and it's again denoting to this one side where you really got a strong handle and have to have a strong handle on the situation here, and then the other side as well, though, and you are like passionately involved in both. Interesting. All right, we're gonna draw you before we take this over to the extended, so you can go over to Vimeo and Ribbon. I'm going to draw another card though for you for single extended, or you can join Patreon. There are two different tiers, one for the energy updates, which are 4 in total per month for $2, and then you have the $22 tier for the energy updates and for all the extendeds, plus a little bit of extra that you won't find anywhere else. So check out both and see which suits you. Okay, we have two cards actually. They're quite earthy. But I'm going to read these to you before we head on over there, because I feel we need a little bit of a more round reading here. The drum you have with Dream and Journey. And then you have the Medicine Mother, Honor Your Inner Knowing. So the Medicine Mother, I've just been told, is for the extended, and the drum is for now. So again, I'm going to read that one to you. Drum. No, wait. Drum. Journey inward and uncover insights and information that will be important for your path. Then follow the guidance. In shamanic traditions, I mentioned that in all 4 corners of the world, the drum is recognized as the main tool used by medicine men and women. By the way, I have the drum in here, and you know who. I just read a private reading. I told you this was going to be important. So that's that. In shamanic traditions in all four corners of the world, the drum is recognized as the main tool used by medicine men and women to direct their will and aid meditation. A drum beat can become hypnotic and send those listening into an altered state that can allow them to journey to the spiritual realms and meet their guides. Yep. Animal guides or other guides, right? When the drum card appears in a reading, there are opportunities for you to dream or bring an inner vision into reality. You are very connected to the other worlds at this time. The wisdom and intelligence of the earth and her magic surrounds you. The drum, which echoes the sound of Mother Earth's heartbeat, has cleared the cobwebs and dust from your inner vision. What you have seen in your dreams and inner vision is not imagination but guidance, particularly if it has been coming to you repeatedly and has the potential to become reality. Dreams come true. Know it and live it. Yeah, totally. Like from one thing to the other. I would assume you want the other side, not so much the fighting side here. However, this may be really necessary for you right now to do this. But ultimately, I see you going to this other side here, and where all the hearts are, where all the guardian angel cards are. But we'll get to that in your extended. If you're interested, stay tuned, because there's going to be a preview for your extended right after this video. And yeah, I'll either see you over on Vimeo, Ribbon, or Patreon. Or next time, I hope it was insightful and or helpful to you. Much love, light, and shadow. Bye, guys. That comes from Mother Nature in that regard. Thank you. Yeah. It may also be, you may be wanting to connect with trees also. You have the tree of life, which is amazing. And it's representative. I can't really show it because it's so built in already, that very first card that you had. Have a look on Instagram if you want to see it again like that. Because it's that intertwinedness of divine feminine and divine masculine here with the tree of life. So this is really a coming together and beautifully working together of these two forces. You know, when they're both supportive of one another, much like the yin and the yang, each one has one within the other. And then it's just beautiful, knowing when to rest, knowing when to take action, knowing when to defend, knowing when to just be nurturing and be cool, and not even having to think about that. You know, that's what I'm feeling with this card. And that's when a lot of clarity is coming in all of a sudden. It's right on the Ace of Swords, by the way. Totally. And you could go... The drum is right on top of this one too. And this feels so right. It feels all of a sudden like this is alignment here. Alignment.